Hello and welcome to this free tutorial for the piano version of Renegade by Big Red Machine featuring Taylor Swift. You can access the sheet music for this arrangement at jellynote.com, and once you've learnt the song you can use the play along video linked above or at the end of this tutorial to practice in real time. Patreon members get 3 free sheet music downloads a month, plus access to all extended tutorials, priority requests, live events and much more. For more information check out patreon.com/pianoversion UK. This piano version is rated intermediate difficulty, but it's generally easy apart from 2 little bits, which I'll give you some easy workarounds in this tutorial. Do hit subscribe to catch all the latest piano versions as they come out, and you can request piano versions of songs that you would like to hear or learn in the comments below. Renegade is in the key of C major. That's all the white notes, no sharps or flats. Starting with the intro, we're going to start with a C major chord. So we're going to play single note C, octave below, here's middle C, octave below middle C in the left hand. And then the right hand is going to play middle C with our little finger, or your 4th finger depending on how you can stretch. G below that with our index finger, and E below that with our thumb. So we're playing a full C chord with both hands. And what we're doing with this song is we're going to hold our pedal through every bar, even though we have an extra note. So you can see I can take my hand off and then play on beat 3. So on beat 3, we're going to play a D. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it adds it to the chord as opposed to replacing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it starts off with a C major, and then you add the 9. Then we're going to go to an F major. So we're going to play single F in the left hand below the C you've just played. We're going to keep C at the top of the chord in the right hand and play A and F below that. And then we're going to add the D on beat 3. So it's from the first bar, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then pedal again, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to play the same again in the right hand, but we're going to play a D in our left hand. That makes it a D minor 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. We play D again on beat 3. And then we do a G sus. So we're going to play a single note G below the D we've just played in our left hand. We're going to play middle C again and G below that in our right hand. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And on beat 3, we're going to play B and D, either side of the C we just played, still keeping the sustain pedal down from the beginning of the bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the 4 bars of the intro, which make up a lot of the verse. Okay, so recapping that, we're going to go C major, add the D, F major, add the D, D minor 7, add the D, G sus, followed by G. That takes us to the first verse. The first 4 bars of the first verse are exactly the same as the intro. Starting on the C major, it goes 3, 4, 1. I tapped on your window in your darkest night. The shape of you was jagged and weak. There was nowhere for me to stay, but I stayed anyway. Then we get to a pre-chorus. What I'm calling the pre-chorus is because the chords change, but in the second verse, we don't see this pre-chorus. It does come again later in the song. So we go to an F major chord, but this time the moving notes at the top of the chord that have been C, D, C, D, C, D are now going to be D, E, D, E. So we play a single note F in the left hand, and then we play F, A, and C, but the D on top, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, adding the E on beat 3. Same deal with the pedal, holding it down. 1, 2, 3, and that's on. And if I would have known, and if I would have known how many pieces you had crumbled into. So we go to a C major chord now, so up to the C in the left hand, E and G with our thumb and index finger, and then we play a D followed by an E at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the right hand's going to play the same as bar 1 of this section. So that's the F, A, C, D, and then moving to the E. But we're going to play a D in the left hand. That makes it a D minor 7, and then that's a D minor 9 when we add the E. So it's F6, F major 7, C add 9, C, D minor 7, D minor 9, and then we're going to go to a G sus again, but this time we're playing G, C, and D together, single G in the bass, 1, 2, and then on beat 3, play the G and C, and then on beat 4, play the single B, so it resolves the suspension. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can hold the pedal down through that. 1, 2. Are you really gonna talk about timing? So let's play from the intro to the end of the pre-chorus. So starting on C major. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Nice and soft, slowly getting louder through this intro. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 with the verse. I tapped on your window on your darkest night. The shape of you was jagged and weak. There was nowhere for me to stay, but I stayed anyway. And if I would have known how many pieces you had crumbled into, I might have let them lay to. Are you really gonna talk about timing? We're into the chorus. Now the chorus goes back to the intro stroke first 4 bars of the verse, but a little bit louder. So we're doing the CDs movement at the top of the right hand, but with the same chords underneath it. F to the 6, D minor, G sus, G. Then we repeat that. You come a long way, open the blind, you see your face, first renegade, you need somebody. And the second half of the chorus, which is it insensitive for me to say? We change the chords and we're going to change what we're going to play. So it's still going to be at the same sort of feel, but we go to an A minor. So we go a single A in the left hand, and we're going to go up. Here's middle C, so we're an octave above that. We're going to play A, C, and E to begin with. 1, 2, and then on beat 3, holding your pedal down from beat 1, we're going to play G and D together. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to a C major. We're going to play G, C, and E, and then the G and the D on beat 3. So A minor, G and D, C major, G and D. Now the right hand's going to play exactly the same as the first bar, but the left hand's going to play an F, so that makes an F major 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. On beat 3, we play that G and D again. And then we're going to play a straight G major chord. So the G of the G and D, we play again. We play a B, and we play that D again. 1, 2, and then on beat 3, we're going to play G and C. So we've got the F major 7, G and D, then G major, which is on So I Can Love You. Then we do a G sus. And then we repeat those 4 bars. So the chorus has got 8 bars, of the intro phrase, then 8 bars of this A minor phrase. So let's play through the chorus. So the last bar of the pre-chorus, we go on 3, 4, 1, 2. Are you really gonna talk about timing in times like these? And let your damage me. Carry your baggage up my street and make me your future history. It's time. Repeat. Come a long way. Open the blind. Let me see your face. You wouldn't be the first renegade to need somebody. Then we go to A minor. Is it insensitive for me to say, get your shit together so I can love you? Repeat those chords. Is it really your anxiety that stops you from giving me everything? Or do you just not want to? And we're into the second verse. Now the second verse is played the same as the first 4 bars of the first verse, and we play that twice now, so we don't go to a pre-chorus. Then we go to the second chorus, which is exactly the same as the first chorus. Let's have a quick play through that second verse. From the end of that chorus, so do you just not want to? So same as first verse. Tapped on your window on your door. F, shape of you was jagged, D minor 7. There was nowhere for me to G sus, but I stayed. Repeat that. You fire off missiles cause you hate yourself, but do you know you're demolishing me? And then you squeeze my hand as I'm about to leave. Are you really gonna talk about chorus in days like these? This is exactly the same as the first chorus. Your baggage change up my street, make me your future history. It's time, you've come a long way, open the blind, let me see your face. So we're repeating this through. Renegade to need somebody. Then we're going to the A minor. Is it insensitive for me to say, get your shit together so I can love you? Repeat those 4 bars. Is it really your anxiety that stops you from giving me everything? Or do you just not want to? And we're going into the instrumental. So the end of that bar, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's a C, E. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1. And so we're starting with an F major 7 chord. So that's A, middle C, and E in the right hand, single F, and it goes nice and soft there. So that last bar, 3, 4, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now in this instrumental for the first 4 bars, it's E and G now, which is the moving. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go to a C major chord. So now our voicing has changed. Single note C still in the left hand, but G, C, and E, and then G. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to the D minor. Now we're going to play D and F in the left hand, A, C, and E, followed by G in the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to play a G sus. Now this is the intermediate level section here. I'll teach it to you as it's written, and then I'll give you the easy workaround after. So single G in the left hand, and then G, middle C, and D in the right hand. 1, 2, and a. That's that C and E again. 1, 2, and a, 3, and a 4. And that's D, C, D, C, E, C, E, E, D, C, D. 1, 2, and a, 3, and a 4. And then the left hand's going to come up and take over around this middle C and play on the last semiquaver or 16th note, that middle C. 1, 2, and a, 3, and a 4, and a. And then it's going to play an F major 7 chord around it. So we play this middle C with our index finger, and then F, A, and E above joins. While the right hand moves up an octave and plays E above there. So it's 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4, and 1. Now the left hand is going to be playing this chordal movement that we just played in the right hand. So we're going to play that F major 7, so F, A, C, and E, followed by G. Then we're going to play a G major chord, so it's exactly the same as what we played in the right hand, so G, middle C, and E, followed by G. Then a D minor 7, which is going to be F, A, C, and D, followed by the G. And then a G sus, which is G, middle C, and D, followed by the G. So that right hand on that left hand on its own goes 1, 2, 3, C major, 1, 2, 3, D minor 7, 1, 2, 3, to G sus, 1, 2, 3. Well, the right hand's going to play a tiny little melody thing, which is you hear in the organ on the track. So we're going to play single notes now: E, D, C, E, D, C, to E, C, D, C. So you'll notice that there's a couple of pushes. That means playing it ahead of the beat. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. So the pushes are on the D minor 7 chord. So one more time on that. So we'll do the pickup. So 2, 3, 4, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1, 2, 3, pushing 4, and a 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'll notice with those pushes we go and a 1. The left hand is still playing on the beat, and a 1, 2, and a 3. And we're going and a 3, left hand landing on beat 3, and a 4. So the pickup C, D, C. Let's play that through the whole of that intro then. So we're going, or do you just not 1, 2, 3, 4 and a soft, 2, 3, then C, 2, 3, D minor, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 1, 2 and a 3, 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the easy version of this instrumental would be that we don't play any of the fiddly stuff. So we play that first bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, D minor, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to play the G sus, single note left hand, G, C, and D. We're going to just go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the G. And then we're going to repeat that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the easy version is just to repeat the first 4 bars and not do the fiddly thing through the 4th bar. Hope that makes sense. So end of that instrumental, we go to a soft version of the pre-chorus. If you remember, the pre-chorus is the section that came at the end of the first verse but not at the end of the second verse. And if I would have known how sharp the pieces were you'd crumbled into. I'm going to start now with, we're playing E, G as the movement in the right hand. So just single note E, 2, 3, 4, while the left hand's going to play A and middle C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then move the left hand down and play C and G. That's C below middle C. While the right hand now is going to play that E followed by a G, but play a C on beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to play an F major 9. The right hand's going to play exactly the same, C and E followed by G, while the left hand is going to play F, G and A that are all together below middle C. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to play a G sus, single note G, that G that was in the middle of the F and the A that we just played. D and C together, followed by G. So F major 7, followed by G sus, and that G. So that's got a 3, 4. And if I would have known how sharp the pieces were you'd crumbled into, I might have let them lay. Are you really gonna talk about time in days like these? And we're into the final chorus. Now the final chorus, lyrically and melodically, is the same. Chordally, we're going to change it slightly. To begin with, the movement is on that E and G that we've just been playing in the pre-chorus. Bass, left hand is going to go A, so that's an octave below middle C. And the right hand's going to play A, C, and E, followed by the G. Time and times like these. Then we're going to play the C major chord, G, C, and E, followed by G. But we're going to play a G in the bass. That would be called a C over G. So A minor, 7, C over G, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go down to an F. So we've got A, G, F. We're going to play the same as bar 1. A, C, and E, followed by G, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to play the normal G sus to G that we play in the first and second choruses and the intro. So G and C, then add the B and D. We're still doing the same thing with the pedal, holding it through the bar. Then we repeat those 4 bars. F, and then G sus, G. To need somebody. Then we're into the outro. Starts off on that same A minor. The first 4 bars are exactly the same as what we were just playing. Somebody, to need somebody, is it insensitive? And then we sing again the Is It Insensitive section, which is the second half of the chorus normal. We're going to carry on the same chords. The right hand's going to play exactly the same for 8 bars. The left hand is going to play the same, apart from when we go to the C over G chord, we're going to add a C above the G. So we'll play 2 notes. So it's A minor 7, then C over G, 2 notes in the left hand, so it's a bit fuller, then the F major 7, that's the same G sus, and then repeat that figure with the extra note in the left hand. Is it really your anxiety that stops you from giving me everything, or do you just not want to? And then we've got an extra 2 bars. We stay on G, so the left hand restrikes that G. while the right hand plays G and B, and now E, making it a G6. So we've gone G sus, G, lift and replace the pedal. 1, 2, and then single notes on the right hand, keeping the pedal down, D, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we play a final chord. We're going to play G and D in the left hand, and we're going to play G, B, and G in the right hand. If that octave stretches too much, just play the G and B down there. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. So let's play through that outro. So we're on end of the chorus, we're going, you wouldn't be the first renegade to need somebody, to need some A minor Dave, to need somebody, to need somebody, to need somebody. Is it insensitive for me to say, get your shit together so I can love you? Repeat that, A minor. Is it really your anxiety that stops giving me everything? Or do you just not want to? Extended ending, G6, 2, 3, 4, hold. I hope that's helped you learn the song. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments below.